Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Pretty sure you guys are out there stuffed like a turkey, like I am. Had a lot of food yesterday if you're in the States. If not, happy Friday. As you guys know, we'd like to take a couple minutes out of our day, kind of go through the news articles that we see relevant and bring them to you so you can make some good decisions about what's going on in your portfolio, maybe. As you know, one of the admins over here at BigONE as well as Asia Blockcast. You guys can click the links below to always check us out. And before we jump into the news, I'll let Scott have the floor.
Yeah, for sure. Scott with BigONE, do all the social media for BigONE right at the moment. So yeah, just excited to be here again. The Friday, of course, the ending of our week, but we will always be back again on Monday. So, but sad to see it go, but it's time to have a break too, as well, with just the way the markets are today. I know it's going to get better. It's just, you get people's attitudes and stuff around you. So
yeah, man, like we've been talking, there's been a lot of neutral speculation on the market the last couple of days. Yesterday it pumped up a little bit, gave people this high insight, right? And then today another drop, and it gives everybody this immediate depression. But it's been funny, man. We keep talking about the game and we keep talking about metaverse, and I hope people are paying attention. These tokens are still in a bullish patterns, and it's just something to pay attention to, which isn't financial advice, of course. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into some news. Yeah. So with the recent dip that just occurred, it's funny, some people are, getting liquidated in their positions. There's been a lot of liquidations, but somebody bought the dip. And who was that? That was El Salvador. They picked up another 100 Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin went down about 7 to 8%, somewhere over 7.5%. So that was a good buy for them, especially when it rallies back up, even to break even or to positive energy. They're going to see a 10% flip on that. So for the big countries or big money players, that's really good news for Bitcoin. And somebody's buying a dip. It just goes to show, guys, somebody's going to always buy your dip if you put it out there.
Yeah. I don't think some of these whales that are selling the way they are, they're just assuming that they're going to get their Bitcoin back at the same price, but in the end, are they? Like, that's the one question I have. But yeah, I'm disappointed in, me, like I'm very open-minded when it comes to this stuff, but we talked about it earlier, is just how institutionalized I feel Bitcoin is. When a big business wants to drop the price of Bitcoin, they go ahead and drop it to get rid of the small fry. And I guess that's my first article too, as well. That's
going to be fun though, because you know how, before you jump into that one, but you know how we were talking the other day, and we were talking about El Salvador potentially building that Bitcoin city, right?
Oh yeah.
And it was somebody warning them not to build. And look what they did. They turn around and buy the dip. Like, come on, man. Like, they're bullish. They're bullish for what they want to do, right? Like, challenge me, and we'll go at it, right? So yeah, I think it's still good news, man.
It was funny. London actually talked about them today, which is part of that IMF, and they tried to tell them stop buying Bitcoin. Like, good luck. Like, you're talking to a guy that has just asserted power in that country and is doing more and more for the country to make it better. They're not gonna let him, they're not gonna do anything to him. So my first article is on $670 million worth of Bitcoin orders liquidated in the last 24 hours. While the cryptocurrency market sell-off continues, more traders are experiencing significant losses due to unexpected volatility spikes and the global financial market correction caused by the ongoing pandemic. So, I mean, and I'm just reading this quickly. It said over 1 hour, 79 million was, they call it wrecked. 4 hour mark, 211 million. 12 hours, 665 million. And 24 hour was $770 million. So that just tells you, like, these guys go in, they drive the price down by selling as much Bitcoin as they can at the very top. And then as the price falls down, they go back in and buy it later, and they'll do it gradually. But I mean, to hold down the prices a bit longer to buy back in, but it's big business manipulation at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta, a lot of this is, people who picked up Bitcoin last year, they probably bought it in around $13,000 these wells, and now they're seeing their profit in the ranges where they want to get rid of it. Not all the way at the top, but somewhere along that first little bit of correction, they're gonna, go ahead and start, selling off, and they do this every time around this time of the year. You guys hear me talk about the coin metrics a lot, and a lot of things are over the counter right now. So it's a lot of Bitcoin being sold from last year, and I mean, it has to happen, right? Like the trading volume, it'll add to the trading volume, which will in return spike the price again, right? So um, I think, like Scott said, it's definitely being manipulated with more money, but it's I call it a big money game, right? Like it's not a game that me personally, I just don't play in. I look at it more of a store of value. Let those guys play that game. But yeah, they'll definitely push it. They'll
Yeah,
push it for
definitely.
next year. They'll get it up. So to jump into my next article, NFTs also been a really hot topic. So a lot of the NFTs we talk about, gaming. We talk about metaverse and NFTs, and actually having NFTs that could be tied into the game is some of the things that we really talk about a lot here. So guys, keep looking out for that. But the next article is 26% of crypto investors in Japan tried out NFTs. They did a survey, and the company that did the survey was actually BitBank, which is one of the big exchanges in Japan. And they said 1 out of every 4 Japanese crypto investors have had some kind of transactions with NFTs. So they're definitely leading. I think that they're definitely paying attention to the NFTs. I think NFTs are. I keep hearing people say it's a bubble, right? And I keep telling people, well, if it is a bubble, the bubble's about to get a little bit bigger, because these things actually bring in real use case. NFTs can actually have a real utility to work inside of a metaverse, or to work in inside of a metaverse, inside of gaming, or anywhere else. And then a lot of money is going to end up flowing into this gaming thing. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit later in another topic.
Definitely, for sure. Then I guess my next article is another Bitcoin one. We seem to be going to lots of Bitcoin ones today. But Mexico's third richest person buy Bitcoin right now. Salinas Pliego opinion that the US looks like an irresponsible third world country because of its mass printing policies, but Bitcoin can fix the problem. One of the wealthiest Mexicans continues with his support for Bitcoin by urging investors to allocate money to it, comparing the primary cryptocurrency to gold. He gave his preference to the former. The Mexican billionaire, businessman, and founder of Grupo Salinas has been a Bitcoin advocate for years. Last year, he admitted he started investing in the lead digital asset in 2016 when it stood at around $800. So no wonder why he's bullish on Bitcoin still at buying in at $800. Like, guy's obviously doing pretty good for himself.
I don't think you make it to the third richest person in the world without it, right? So I think, people that's like I said, that's that big boy game, man, and he would, encourage people to keep buying. I mean, the value is only going to go up, right? Like if the dollar keeps going down, then the Bitcoin value is going to go up. It's just kind of how it works. It's kind of like a flip system. So in the way that people are accumulating, and these governments are accumulating, and you could tell. And I think a lot of the FUD recently that made this sell-off is, it has something to do with the larger markets. You can see it, especially with like oil prices and gas prices recently. That means that somebody had to tap some reserves. I think it was America that tapped reserves with production being down because of the new COVID variant. So it's a lot of stuff that's tied into it, guys. I want everybody to be patient, though. I think we, might see a little bit of sideways action for Bitcoin, but like the smart money saying, accumulate now and watch it rise up.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And then
All right, it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there's going to be a new token coming out. Kind of caught my eye. We're not, this is not financial advice. It's not telling you to go buy this token. If you want to do some due diligence on it, you're more than welcome. But there's gonna, it's been a lot of, it's a lot of Elon Musk fans out there. A lot of people follow the tokens that that you know he tweets about, or you know if he makes a tweet, somebody buys it, right? So there's a token that comes out, and it's called Musk Metaverse, and they're basically gonna and it's MetaMusk announces official launch of highly anticipated multi-token ecosystem. So they're gonna pretty much have these line of tokens that are going to make it into an ecosystem. One's going to be called MetaMusk. The one's going to be called Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink. And you know, it's pretty much all the projects that Elon's working on. They're going to come out with a token named that. And this is going to be connected to, you know, what they said is going to be more than application. So it looks like they're going to pretty much have this in some form of a gaming system. And they're going to have a few rounds. The pre-sale is going to be, wow. The pre-sale is going to be the 25th through the 24th of December. Public sale will be December 25th. So it's going to come out on Christmas. The second public round is going to be the 25th of January, and the third public round is going to be February through March. So this is going to be a very interesting token. I think that, you know, if people can get in early, you know, like it'll definitely have that hype and that potential to pop, right? Like they're just really banking off of Elon Musk in this protocol. So
that's awesome though too. It's a good idea it seems to make all the coins bullish when they do that. So
yeah, and they said half the token supply was given to Goodwill. So they're gonna give away, look like they're gonna be doing some big giveaways. They said the key characteristics are accessibility, transparency, exposure at each level, token distribution, and a goal of reaching 50 million members by 2042, since the meme token strives to be a technology and digital product.
At least they didn't give it to Vitalik. That's one good thing.
He would have just threw that. He would have threw it away. He's like, here, just take this. Get this out.
Yeah, exactly. My next article, my last one, I'm going to actually share with you guys. So I'll just pop this up, share screen. So right here, crypto ban expert says DeFi cannot be shut down by the government. So this is basically an article about India and what was going on with that article, or with that news. Here's a good thing that I love about this article. Andy Lin, chairman of BigONE Exchange, says what is needed is better regulation and education to support the estimated 15 to 20 million crypto investors in India who are benefiting from using cryptocurrency to send and receive money across the world, through to earning money from playing blockchain-based games such as Axie Infinity. With India's crypto adoption ranking second in the world in the recent 2021 Global Crypto Adoption Index from Chainalysis, this move looks like it will not only hurt individuals, but also larger businesses. Compared to Vietnam and Pakistan, the country has significantly larger shares of larger institutional investors, suggesting that India's cryptocurrency investors are part of a larger, more sophisticated organization, he said. So that just shows you, like, and it's kind of funny, after they said they were going to shut down all cryptocurrency, another news article that was blowing away the FUD said, we're not banning cryptocurrency. We are going to simply regulate cryptocurrency. So it's exactly what Andy told them to do. I watched the news and I watched a video of him as well, discussing it with different people. And he made it very clear. He said, what decentralization needs to be worked on again. It needs to be re-decentralized or regulated decentralization, where they have a main database of people that can't be accessed, but their identities are on there in case something happens. And I 100% agree with Andy. There needs to be something for all these rug pullers that are pulling out and really affecting people. It's not so much, I think, the users that are going into it sometimes, but as much as the developers that need to be doxxed and KYC'd to make sure that they don't do what they did. So just in my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, I think they gotta, you know, definitely get the right now they gotta get the contracts under wrap, right? Like get these smart contracts to actually be smart contracts. Stop letting people copy and paste bad contracts. Come out with a platform. We talk about it all the time. Come out with a platform that everybody knows. Going back to what Andy was talking about, and not being able to really regulate. Guys, taxes have been around for 50, 60, 70, 80 years. As long as I can remember, it's been taxes, right? So they barely regulate tax as well, right? So now you're asking them to regulate Bitcoin, and you're asking them to regulate Ethereum, and now you're trying to ask them to regulate DeFi, and now you're trying to ask them to regulate NFTs, and you're trying to ask them to regulate Metaverse, and they can't. Like, look how many things I just said, right? Like, so another interesting point I heard Andy say or mention was, hey, if you think they're gonna come for DeFi, and you're in, and there's going to be 2 more years before they even think about trying to get something on Metaverse. It's just, so I'd say right now, like, I'm with Andy. I'm with you. I don't think any regulation is going to stop the cryptocurrency. I think if anything, it'll just they'll FUD it when they want to FUD it. It's all media. If you can look at news here and the news in another place and it's all FUD, and it's propaganda, right? So I think everybody should just kind of keep calm. I think we still, I think I've been talking about the shifting patterns. I don't think money is going to leave the cryptocurrency market. I think the total value market is going to really skyrocket. But just kind of pay attention to some of the things that's still in bullish trend and some of the things that aren't, and just guys, always do your due diligence. Come by, check with me and Scott, man. We really try to get into some good projects, or we try to give you guys good insights on which markets are pumping. So before we get out of here, you guys know I like to dabble over to CoinGecko, try to see what's going on with total market cap. They actually added a new feature on CoinGecko, guys. They have what's it called? Categories. So you can actually look at different categories to see which blockchains or which ecosystems are moving, and which sectors are moving faster. And guys, I've been telling you guys to keep your eye on the gaming sector. So keep your eye on the gaming sector. But for the total crypto market cap, we're at 2.593, right under 2.6 trillion, which is 7.2% down from yesterday. So definitely caused a lot of neutral feelings on the market. Bitcoin dominance is at 39.5 and Ethereum's at 18.9. Both of those numbers down from yesterday. I still think the market's in a really good position. I think if you look at the path of stable coins, I think things are moving stable, like just stable. But guys, kind of pay attention to some of these newer ecosystems and some of the gaming and play to earn, and stay diverse. Like, not saying that everything else is going to go down. It's just stay diverse, be ready. You always want to see some green. You want to see some green when your whole portfolio is red, right? Like I told Scott this morning, it's like, hey, my whole portfolio was red except 2 things, but the fact that those 2 things were green, I was still happy, right? So we always got to find something to be happy about on the neutral days. So guys, appreciate you guys coming out, talking with us. We're listening to us chat about some news today, and hope you guys have a great weekend, and we will be back on Monday.
Monday. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day.